Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about introduction to C programming language, which is related to KREIS exam. As per that syllabus, we are discussing these concepts. Here, C is the one programming language. That is, C is a general purpose programming language, and it is a procedural oriented programming language. Here, procedural oriented programming language means it follows the linear or step-by-step procedure to solve a particular problem. Means in this approach, we are following the top-down approach. Means if you are having the 10 lines of the code, in that situation, it will execute line by line. Means it will execute first statement, then go to the second statement, then go to the third statement. Means in the sequentially those statements will be executed. That procedure is considered as a procedural oriented programming language. And this program, this C programming language, developed by Dennis Ritchie in the year of 1972 at the Bell Laboratory. And this particular C programming language used for development purpose, those are the system softwares as well as the application softwares. Here, in the computer softwares, we are having the two types. One is the application software, another is the system software. Which software is related to system or which software used by the system, that software is considered as a system software. Which software applicable to the user, those are considered as a application software here. To create those types of the softwares, we can utilize that C programming language. And to develop the embedded softwares. Embedded software means if you want to communicate with any hardware devices, if you want to implement any hardware devices, in that situation, we can create some softwares with the help of C programming language. Here, this C programming language is also considered as a prerequisite for some other programming languages. Means if you want to learn about C++, Java language, and C Sharp language, we are having the many programming languages here. To learn those programming languages, we need some basic idea or basic concepts, knowledge that is related to C programming language. Here, C is the prerequisite for some other programming languages. And this one is a history of C programming language. Before that C programming language, we're having some other programming languages. In each computer generations, they are developed some programming languages here. In the year of 1958, that ALGOL language is introduced. In the year of 1966, BCPL language is introduced. In the year of 1969, Ken Thompson introduced B language. Then, in the year of 1972, Dennis Ritchie developed that C language. Here, after the B character, after the B character, they are introduced C language. Just taken that next character as a C language. And in the year of 1983, B Journey startup developed another programming language, that is the C++ language. That is actually extension of C programming language. Some concepts are again used in the next language. That is, C concepts can be implemented within the C++ language, and they are added some new concepts like OOPS concepts. Those are considered as the C programming language. That extension here is the extended language C++ language. Here, why they are developed C language? What is the necessary to introduce that programming language? To replace the assembly language for Unix. Here, to develop that Unix platform, they are introduced C programming language. Means that Unix platform is developed with the help of C programming language. And compared to assembly language, easier to write and maintain. Because in the assembly language, we need to implement some mnemonics. Means we are having some symbols here. To implement those mnemonics, they are facing some problems. To avoid that problem, introduced one new language. Here it is a C language. And C is the portable language. Portable means once you create any source code, that is a C programming language within the one platform, you can compile that source code without any change or some small modifications in the other platforms. For example, if you are creating a source code that is a C language, C program in the Windows operating system, you can compile that same source code without any modification within the another platform. For example, there's a Unix platform, there's a Linux platform that is portable. But remember one thing here, C is not a platform independent. Here, just it is a portable language. That's not a platform independent. Platform independent means that compiled code if runs within the other platforms without any modification, that is considered as a platform independent. Portable is our source code can be compiled within the another platform. That's not executable file here. It will compile because each platform having its own compiler. That if you are compiling your source code within the Windows operating system, they are having the some compilers. If you are compiling your source code within the Linux, that Linux platform having the another compiler. Means your source code can be utilized in the different platforms, but compiled code will not be executed within the another platform. Means that's not a platform independent. And C language is a efficient and a fast execution compared to other programming language, that's previous programming languages. For these purposes, they are developed C programming language. And these are the features of C programming language. Here, with the C programming language, we are having the simple syntax and portable source code. As per the discussion, we can run our source code in any platform. We can compile. And C programming is the structured programming language. And C program having the rich libraries. We are having the predefined functions. And within the C program, we can implement the pointer concept. And within the C program, we can implement dynamic memory allocation. These are the features of C programming language and applications of C programming language. Here, this application means C programming language can be implemented within the or to develop the operating systems, embedded systems, compilers, database systems, networking, IoTs, or device drivers. For example, with the help of C programming language, already developed some softwares. For example, Linux kernel, Unix, Windows operating system, some components are developed with the help of C programming language. And embedded machines, embedded systems means washing machine, microwave, oven, smart TV, ATM, digital camera. These machines are developed with the help of C programming language. And compilers, GCC compiler, Clang, and NEC compiler means these compilers are used with the help of C programming language like database system, MySQL, SQLite, PostgreSQL, and networking systems, Cisco routers, network switches, TCP/IP protocols, IoT machines, smart home devices, smart agriculture sensors, smartwatches, Arduino based devices, and device drivers like printer devices. To implement those printing machines, we need some driver softwares. Again, those driver softwares are already implemented with the help of C programming language. Printer driver, keyboard drivers, mouse drivers, USB, graphics. Here, those types of the drivers are already implemented with the help of C programming language. And advantages and some limitations of C programming language. Advantages means C is the fast execution language, efficient language, portable language, and modular language. Modular means we can split the code. For example, we can divide it into two types, means two parts here. One is the .h, another is the .c. .h means those are the header implementation code here. .c means the actual implementation of the logic. We can split that particular or you can separate those parts. Those parts are considered as a modular programming language. And the C language also having some limitations. Within the C programming language, we cannot able to implement that OOPS concepts, means object oriented concepts. And within the C programming language, we are not having any garbage collectors, means unwanted data automatically will not collect here. And we need to implement that's a manual memory management. We're not having any automatic memory management within the C programming language. These are the some disadvantages or maybe limitations of the C programming language. And this one is the structure of C programming language. Here, the first statement is there's a documentation. Documentation means if you want to provide any statements or description about your logic or any program, in that situation, we can provide some documentation with the help of some comment lines here. If you want to provide those comment lines, you can provide in the two formats. One is double forward slash. Here it is, double forward slash. Here, double forward slash. Or you can provide a single forward slash and star symbol. Here, in this pattern, you can provide the star symbol. And you can provide any statements and again end with that star symbol and forward slash here. Here, this one is the two types of the comments with the C programming language. Here, the first one is for the single line, double forward slash. If you want to provide the multiple lines of the comments, in that position, you can utilize a single forward slash, then star symbol. Then you can provide the statements that end with the star symbol and forward slash. And next one is that's a header files. Suppose if you want to implement any predefined functions, those predefined functions are created with the some libraries. Those libraries are considered as a header files here. For example, stdio.h, that is standard input output operations. Those related operators are functions created within that particular file here, within the library. And the next one is defining the constant values. Suppose within your application, if you are implementing any constant value, those are the fixed values here. For example, phi value, that is a 3.142. To define that value as a constant, within the C programming language, we are having one keyword that's a hash define. It will be considered as a fixed value here. Means you cannot change that value at the execution time. That's a constant value. And next one is the global declarations. Here, within the declarations, we are having the two types. One is global declaration, another one is the local declaration. Suppose if you are declaring any variable or constants, you can use that variable or constant within the block or out of the block also. But when you declare the variable within the block, only you can utilize that variable within the block, only inner the block here. For example, currently we are having the within the main method body here in this block. If you are defining some variable, only within this block you can use that particular variable. You cannot use it, or we are not able to utilize that variable out of the block here. But once you declare any variable as a global declaration, then that variable can be utilized out of the main block or inner the main block. That is the purpose of global declaration. Here, then next one is the main method. Here, within the C programming language, main method is the entry point of your application. Here, once you start the execution, that actual logic is implemented within the main method. This one is a local declaration, and these are the required logics. As per your requirement, you can create your own logic, and this main method or this function returning one value here. That is a return type. Here it is an integer type here. Suppose from this particular function, if you are returning any values, that currently we are returning the 0. 0 is considered as a one integer value here. For that reason, here this one is the return type of the main function. Suppose if you are not returning any value from the main function, in that situation, you can declare this return type as the void. Void means we are not returning any values here. In that position, we can define this method as a void function. And this one is the end of the main function. And next one is the user defined functions. Within the functions, we are having the two types. One is the predefined function and another one is the user defined functions. For example, if you want to implement some mathematical operations, For example, square root function. That square root function already created within the C programming language some libraries, that math.h. To implement that library, we are having one predefined function here, or we are having some string functions. Those are the already created functions. Those are the predefined functions here. And you can create your own functions. Those are the custom functions. Those are considered as a user defined functions. And this one is the structure of C programming language. Here, currently in this video, we are having some main concepts here. As per the KREIS syllabus, we need to remember these things here. Here, C is developed by Dennis Ritchie in the year of 1972 at the Bell Laboratory. And the purpose of developing the C language for the Unix operating system, and C program execution will start from the main function. And if you want to read the value from the user within the C programming language, we are having one predefined function, that's a scanf function. And if you want to print something into the user, if you want to display something into the user, in that position, we are having the one more predefined function, that's a printf function. And this currently C programming language having some reserved words, those are the keywords. Totally, we are having the 32 keywords are there within the C programming language. And C is the procedural, structured, middle level language, compiled language, or it's a portable language. Here we need to concentrate on these concepts. Here in the next session, we will discuss about the input and output functions as well as reserved words. Totally, we are having the 32 keywords are there within the C programming language. Thank you. Keep watching.